The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
All right, everybody, welcome to a new edition of the Chop Shop. We will start out with some unfortunate news. For those wrestling fans who do keep up with Dancing with the Stars, The Miz has been eliminated.
That's sad news.
I mean, well, for some, he's going to be back to Raw pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That is going to be sad because he's going to come back, and then we'll probably see him versus Damian Priest for the millionth time.
Well, I mean, him and Morrison were starting a feud, so maybe they'll have their feud.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, finally they'll get that story because like John Morrison has been waiting in the wings, which is unfortunate.
I mean, don't get me wrong, folks. I like Miz. I think he's hilarious. But I kind of wanted to see him win Dancing with the Stars, just so we kind of get some notoriety in another area.
Yeah, I get you. I get what you mean.
Mm-hmm. Also, it's not WWE related, but news did break late last night, early this morning, depending on your time zone. Jon Moxley is entering a voluntary inpatient rehab facility for alcohol. So we want to wish him, the best and good luck on getting well soon.
Yeah, I mean, well, we wish him a speedy recovery, so we'll probably have to wait for that Moxley versus Danielson match, because I had a feeling those were going to be the finals because you have to think about it. It's not Daniel Bryan versus Dean Ambrose. This is like their indie counterpart. So I wanted to see that. And plus with like Jon Moxley being kind of vicious, I just wanted to see how like Bryan Danielson would have done with that. So
right.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into Raw a little bit. And for me, the one thing I've always kind of criticized Raw on, they didn't do this week. They started out the show right off the bat with a match. Not just a match, but a women's title match. Becky Lynch defending against Bianca Belair. And at least in my opinion, that was a pay-per-view quality match.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, that match was incredible. I mean, the finish, it's questionable, but I get what they're trying to do. I don't know if they're maybe want to save Bianca later on, because I'm thinking that they'll probably use Bianca for Team Raw versus Team SmackDown for Survivor Series, because that's the next thing that they have to start building for. So
right, yeah, and they're starting to advertise for Survivor Series now. So we'll probably start getting the formation of some teams. Survivor Series is the 21st. So going back a couple of days, it leaves about 3 weeks left to fill spots.
Yeah. I mean, they could start it on SmackDown this coming Friday. They could start doing the advertisement, because a lot of people were questioning why they haven't started advertising for Survivor Series. Maybe they're waiting for somebody to confirm to show up. Maybe.
I'm
just saying.
We'll see.
You never know.
The unfortunate thing for Bianca fans is ever since losing her title to Becky at SummerSlam, she's now 0-5 in title matches. Is this a good look for her, bad look for Bianca?
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I don't know what was the original plan, because, unfortunately with Sasha leaving the way that she did for SummerSlam, we don't know what direction they would have gone. I don't know if it would have been like Bianca beat Sasha and then Becky comes out and then she squashed her in a second type of match in that kind of way. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what was the story. I don't know if she was supposed to come back in October. It was really strange, so I mean, now, we'll see who will take the belt out of Becky Lynch, but honestly, she doesn't really need it. because I don't see anybody, like, honestly, besides Bianca, I don't see anybody else. Not unless if they want to now push Rhea, because we'll get to the next match, which is the women's tag match. I honestly think that Zelina and Carmella will probably win the tag titles, which rightfully so. And then they'll probably start building a women's tag division because there's a lot of women in the back that were watching it. And it's like, okay, so there's a few teams they could build from that, honestly. You know?
Yeah. I mean, you could probably stick Doudrop with somebody. Maybe stick Doudrop with Liv Morgan.
And like, where's Tegan Knox? She was drafted to Raw. Like, where's Mia Yim? Like, you can like, if you want Bianca to be in the tag division, add Bianca and Mia Yim as a tag team. I would love to see them two as a tag team. You know, if you want to still keep, Rhea and Nikki Cross, I mean, you could still do that, but add more teams. I'm saying.
What about Xia Li? Where does she get drafted? Was she Raw or was she SmackDown?
No, she's on SmackDown, unfortunately. Okay. So yeah, and then Eva Marie, she may come back. Maybe she'll team up with somebody else. I don't know.
Xia Li could form a tag team with somebody too and chase the tag titles.
Yeah, But I mean, like, I enjoyed the match between like Zelina and Carmella versus Rhea and Nikki. Like, they worked well together, and hopefully they do win the tag titles, because you know what? I think, unfortunately for Rhea and for Nikki, I think they just need to separate, and they need to be now added into the title picture, the main title picture, because Becky needs new challengers, and
Yeah. To me, the Rhea and Nikki combination just doesn't seem like it really meshed well together.
Mm-hmm. They're just trying to do that odd pairing. I mean, it works with certain people. Like, for them, it kind of worked, but I don't know. Like, maybe I don't know. It's hard. I mean, I like, Zelina, like, still doing the British accent. It's still funny to me.
Queen Zelina. She's much better at it than I am, obviously, but.
But yeah, like, I like, the teaming of Zelina and Carmella, so give them the belts, damn it. Just give them the belts.
So do you think you see the Raw champions as part of the Women's Survivor Series team, or do you think they defend the belts against somebody, since there's no Raw Women's Tag Team versus a SmackDown Women's Tag Team?
No, they'll probably be added into like how they did with Natty and Tamina for the women's ladder match. They had them both for the SmackDown side, so I could see maybe like on the Raw side it would be like the women's tag,
Right.
So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. All right. We also did have what seems like they may be furthering the storyline of Dominik and Ray turning against each other. Ray going off against Austin Theory, which, this is going to be great now. Just I want to get a selfie and then beat you, or beat you, then get a selfie. Dominik cost Ray the match here by punching Austin Theory and getting caught.
Which I was like, that was strange. I was just like, wait a minute. I thought that he was going to help his dad to cheat. And I was just like, okay. I was not expecting that. So I was like, okay. This is an interesting. I don't think they're going to face each other. I think they may separate, which I think Dominik may need. I think he needs to maybe go on his own.
They're always Here's what could make it interesting, or at least one possible storyline. They always talk about sending Dominik to NXT. What if, Dominik just pisses Ray off so much, he goes up to the big brass and says, hey, send my son down to NXT, kind of to teach him a lesson. And then just Dominik gets really pissed at him.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'd be hearing different things. Like, I think I've heard like stories where I think Ray said he never wants to face his son. I heard that Dominik wants to wear the mask, so I don't know what direction they want to go, I mean, he is still young, so I'm thinking like, he he probably just needs a little bit more like reps and a lot more time in the ring. I think now that since the pandemic, like they're now going to live events, I think it has helped him a little bit. But you can still tell that he's still kind of still new, so
Right.
mm,
And of course, they'll change, 14 times before they finally make a decision.
yeah, of course, they'll be like, yeah, Oh, but interesting story that Ray said that he was planning to retire before his son decided to wrestle. So, like, if his son never wrestled, I think Rey Mysterio would have retired. So,
Maybe kind of, energize him a little bit too.
yeah. I mean, like, he had a nice lengthy career. He didn't have to continue if he didn't want to, so. Yeah.
Oops, sorry. But yeah, what do you think about Austin Theory's? I mean, it's a slight change of character, with bringing the cell phone down to the ring and getting selfies. What do you think of that?
Yeah, he's not the goofy kind of character in NXT. He's now like the cocky, arrogant kind of heel, which is like, and it's like kind of like a play on like with millennials, where like they like to take a lot of selfies and videos. Oh my god, let me take a video of this, and they don't care like how bad it looks, which is kind of smart, that's something different, So I'm just wondering like when he'll have his loss or something, so.
Next up, we had Finn Balor and Chad Gable.
Oh my god, this match was so good. This
Mhm.
match was so good. Like you saw the chain wrestling, them back and forth. It was so good. I was just like in love with this match. Oh my god. And Chad Gable is just like he's just so amazing. It's just like ugh. I can see why a lot of people are saying just leave and go to AEW, like because I don't know what they don't see in him. Like I see like he has great wrestling abilities. Like look what happened when he was in the King of the Ring tournament a few years ago.
Yeah. I mean, he just doesn't fit Vince's stereotypical prototype. So maybe,
So they didn't like Daniel Bryan, but he was able to get over. Like the fuck. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but it's just like, come on now. They were like both the same height.
Well, the crowd kind of forced, WWE to push Daniel Bryan. At King of the Ring, same thing kind of happened.
Yeah. But I just love this match, and I just like the fact that they kind of kept him a little strong because like they did like a little flip on the top rope and then like Finn pinned him to get the win, but he kind of like what's that word? He's skimming his way to a win,
Yeah.
So to me that was just an amazing match. That was very impressive, that match.
Then we had the tag team, the Street Profits against Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
Wait, I thought we were talking about Raw. This is a SmackDown match, isn't it?
No, they both got drafted to Raw.
I don't get the point of this match. Like, I get the point of it because like Dirty Dogs wants to show RK Bro that they deserve another title shot, but
Mm-hmm.
and then of
I
course
think more the point
almost costing.
out there.
Yeah, RK Bro out there, and then all of a sudden almost costing the Street Profits the match, and it's just like I don't know. And it was weird. Did you notice like when like Randy was almost about to do something, but then they cut to the video package? I was like, what happened? I don't get it. I don't know. It was very odd.
I mean, it was good performances. I enjoy watching, all four of those guys perform. Street Profits and Roode and Ziggler, or Big Bob. But
Yeah.
it just seemed like a filler kind of match.
Yeah, because I don't know what they wanted to do. I don't know like what kind of story they wanted to tell because I don't think they wanted them to face each other again, like RK Bro and like Dirty Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So we'll see.
Next up is a match that, maybe the photo of the after effects was a little gruesome and kind of intriguing at the same time. It was that no DQ match, Damian Priest versus TBar.
they were beating the shit out of each other. They were just like, they went ham on each other. It was just like,
When you see the first or the second shot with that kendo stick to Damian Priest, and you can see the shards go flying into the crowd. I'm like,
I know.
he's hitting them for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like he showed a picture and he had like all these marks. It was just like, ugh,
Yeah. I mean, you can see the walls forming almost instantly.
Yeah. And what do you think of like this new Damian Priest? Like it's showing the good and evil, of him.
It's definitely a more aggressive side, and I definitely like it. I don't like the new music. I like his old music better.
A lot of people says that.
New music isn't that terrible though. It seems like he's showing more aggressive, but the music's more calm and quiet. So it doesn't really fit the character.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm just waiting for him to have like another an opponent that really will challenge him. Like, well, I mean, Apollo Crews came out after the match, so we'll see how many times they'll be facing each other. So, I mean, like, I'm just wondering, like, is he going to be undefeated until WrestleMania, or will you lose that title in the new year?
I think he loses it at that January 1st pay-per-view. I can't remember the name of it. Day one.
No, it's called Day One. They haven't given like I think it looks like that's going to be the name of the pay-per-view. So
I think he loses it there. To who? I don't know. But I got a theory about that, and we'll get to that afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think who's trying to think. Maybe like I don't think Finn Balor had the title. Maybe Finn Balor.
Yeah, I mean he deserves a title run of some sort.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
I think I missed the part where it came up, but we did get a video package for Veer. They've changed his name. They added his last name back. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I don't want to completely butcher it and offend anybody.
Yeah, it's So, but like he's the one that like he had a last name, but they removed it. Then they separate him from Jinder Mahal as his crew member. Now he has his full name again. So I don't know like how this is gonna go for him. I mean, like he shows potential. I mean, we'll see how it goes for him.
Next up, we have the main event. Big E versus Kevin Owens.
This was like big meaty men fighting each other. Like this, I think Big E is like asking for big men to fight, so like he could just like go slug on them, go all ham on them because they were fighting. It felt like this was like really good, and like there were some moments where Kale was like squishing Big E, like he squished him a few times, like no, like not like how he does it safely, like it literally looked like he squashed him.
I'm sure Big E can take it though.
Oh my god, it was just like I was like and then like one moment it was like in his head. I was like, ow. Like Jesus, did you see his promo though? KO's promo when he said whether it's 3 months or 3 years.
Yeah.
So he knows. So I don't look, here's the thing. I don't know if maybe he's have conversations with Vince about this because he seems like he's close with Vince. I mean, like, so I don't know. Maybe the thing, maybe he wants to leave. I mean, like,
I mean, if you pay attention to the Unboxed Twitter, I mean, they're teasing a Mount Rushmore reunion.
So I mean, like, it could happen unless they give him like a good pay raise or.
I think he'd want a good title run more than a good pay raise.
I mean, it's just like because now that like Jon Moxley's book is coming out, I mean, he said like something in regards about Vince losing his passion, like he doesn't have the creative mind that he used to have, like he's getting lucky with a lot of things right now. We're kind of seeing they're like almost back in that time of what was it, like the early 90s, where they have like this young talent, but they don't know how to really use them in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know, you know? I mean, that's the one thing like a lot of them would say. It's just like, one, it's creative control. You know, I don't think now money is going to be the factor anymore. I'm sorry. You know, right now it has to be creative control and, you know, decent stories, because like now you're hearing a lot of backstage where a lot of people are complaining about storylines, which that's a first, you know.
I think the other thing too, people, the wrestlers want, I'm not a wrestler, so I can't speak for them. Just my observance is a later schedule. You know, BC, before COVID, you saw a lot of wrestlers, on the road 300 days a week, doing five shows a week sometimes, and just it burns you out, and you put yourself at risk for injury or re-injury. I think people want a later load, maybe 3 or 4 days a week, reduce that risk of injury.
Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know. Like it seems like the WWE schedule is probably also affecting them too.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's another thing that a lot of them has said. You know, I mean, I don't know how many dates AEW does. You know, I mean, because it seemed like they're almost going towards 200 days of like 200 plus days of dates, in my opinion. You know,
I mean, to me,
because a lot of them, like most of it is like almost live, and then the rest of it is like taped. Like Rampage is taped like on the same day, like some days like on, you know, when Dynamite happens. So
to me, it's like the majority of shows, I want to say at least 2/3 to 3/4, same night, you're getting Elevation, Dynamite, and Rampage all filmed the one night. And now Dark is just filmed in studio, and they do 2 weeks at a time.
mm-hmm. So I don't know. We'll see. Like also, it is starting to get a little exhausting with AEW. Now they need to really change their format. I'm sorry, but like now that WWE is doing 2 night shows of WrestleMania, because remember the last couple of WrestleManias they were like almost 7-8 hours long, and they were dreadful. I was in one of those WrestleManias. It was like 7 hours. 2 of those hours out in the sun, a Florida sun, which gave me a fucking headache. You know, so I mean, I'm just saying. Like now, I think is just like you could do a 2 to 3 hour show and get, you know, so that way the fans could be happy.
Yeah, 2 4-hour shows, or 4.5, between 4 and 4.5 each day would be best.
At least, you know.
Thanks. I remember the last WrestleMania that was long was the one they did in New York. I worked an 8-hour shift, went home for half an hour, went over to my friend's house, and was there for about 8 hours.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But I was happy for this match with Big E versus Kale. It was a really good match.
Yeah, of course.
And it seems like, they have some sort of creative control, because it doesn't seem like it makes sense, because it's like Big E, he can't really trust a lot of people, you know, with his title reign, because like, you know, even though that KO is trying to make sure that he turned over a new leaf in a sense, you know, so, you know, and then Seth Rollins set it all up. So it's just like, it seems like they have some sort of input with it. So I'm hoping they don't really fuck this up. Excuse me. You know?
But overall, a good episode of Raw last night. They've put together back-to-back, good episodes.
Yeah. No, this episode was really good. I was I was impressed with this match. I was like, I didn't feel like it was like a 3-hour show. It breezed through well, you know. Some matches I think I could live without, you know, like, you know, Street Profits versus Dirty Dogs. I forgot what other match they had that was like a repeat match. But yeah. Overall I enjoyed Raw this past Monday.
Now, one thing we'll touch on real quick. We're starting to see it pop up. Royal Rumble predictions. It's kind of it feels a little too early because it's still, a few months away.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts on possible men and women's winner? What do you think?
I only see for the men's side is Drew McIntyre, honestly. I honestly, I can't see anybody. I mean, I would be surprised if they give it to Damian Priest because, like, honestly, Damian Priest has been booked well, even though he faced the Miz and Morrison multiple billions of times. Finally they have him now feuding with newer people, so and they're trying something new, and he's still kind of undefeated, which he's never been pinned or has submitted. So I mean, in singles
Water on
competitions.
my desk, so I'm just trying to close that
Oh,
real quick.
you okay there?
Yeah, we're good. Thank God for waterproof phones now.
Oh. Yeah. So I see those two, like Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, honestly. I mean, I would love it for Damian Priest,
I mean,
a
that was my
Latino
choice.
to win it.
I mean, that's my choice. I believe Damian Priest is going to win it. I believe he loses the belt, the U.S. title belt at day one, and then goes on a couple-week losing streak, and then wins Royal Rumble.
Okay. Okay, I could like to see that, because like I can't see anybody else, honestly. I don't know if they want to give it to Finn because I don't know what they want to do with Finn. I'm thinking Finn is probably going to be facing AJ Styles until Edge comes back and maybe Edge faces both of them. I don't know, or one of them, because I think Edge wants to face Finn as well, and Edge wants to face AJ Styles. So I'm thinking he's trying to finish up his contract to face a few more people. So
Right.
mm,
Uh,
yeah.
on the women's side, I don't really see anybody strong except maybe possibly Liv Morgan, but I don't know if WWE will book her for that.
hmm The only other one I could see that maybe I think it's two choices: either returning Bailey,
Mm-hmm.
but she's as a face facing Becky, you know, or Naomi, because like how they're booking Naomi, it seems like she's primed to do something big. And something, we never really gotten a honest to God like one-on-one match between Naomi and Charlotte Flair.
It does seem like they're building her towards a all odds are against me kind of storyline.
Yeah.
The way she's getting treated with Sony Development.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, and like I don't see her joining the bloodline because like it's more about family, and I know she is family, but she's married to the family, so I think she'll be like the odd woman out. And I don't know if they,
To me, that'd be more of a Nia Jax.
yeah, like I'm thinking like more bloodline, like Nia Jax and Tamina, you know, they could do that. I don't know, so we'll see. hmm
Yeah, so we'll see about that. NXT, I know you watched it. I was a little preoccupied last night, so why don't you talk about NXT?
So Mandy Rose, I like that she won the title. Congrats to her. Um, it seems like she's now taking that role of leader and like like she's like really amping up her like attitude in a sense. It's just like, and she's like saying, "Look how gorgeous this belt looks at me. It looks really good at me. I don't know about the other girls. Like I think she called out a few girls and stuff. So and then Io comes out, so it looks like it may be Io versus Mandy next. I don't know when they want to set that up yet. Um, I don't know if she. I mean, I could see Io winning it again. I mean, I wouldn't mind Io winning it a second time, but I don't know if they want to go to that direction. Maybe they want to keep the belt on Mandy
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know if maybe they want to have Kaylee Ray win the title because Kaylee Ray is having a new character change. Like she's now like very aggressive and
I hope they
so
keep her a heel, though.
maybe you never know. Maybe like because like a lot of the newer talent, I can't really tell who's going to be the heel, who's going to be the face, unless it's like because even the fans are like booing the ones that you're supposed to like and cheering the ones that you're supposed to hate in a sense. Like Carmelo Hayes, I think he's really like he's a potential main eventer. Like right now, what he's doing in NXT is really good. Like he just went up to Champa to his face saying like, "No, I'm the number one with the title." Like because like now they're comparing who's the number one with their titles. Champa's the NXT champion, whereas he is the North American champion, Carmella Hayes. You know, so I like that he's kind of like a arrogant kind of heel, but he's not like he can't really back it up too much. But I have a feeling he will because like he's gonna face Johnny Gargano, and I think they're gonna have an amazing match. I think.
Fun fact about going back to Mandy Rose for a minute. She's the only woman from any episode of Tough Enough to win a title.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
A little fun fact knowledge for you guys.
And that's something. Yeah. Well, we'll see about Sonya. I have a feeling Sonya may win a title soon, maybe next year. Mm-hmm. What else happened? I like the fact that that Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis are now like in sync with each other. So so I like that. It's so unfortunate because since like Johnny Gargano's contract is about to expire soon, it's just like I'm liking this team. So I'm like, now I want them to team up and go for the tag titles. I don't know.
I don't see Johnny leaving WWE though.
You don't think he will leave?
No, I don't see him going anywhere else.
You never know. Like now with the market how it is, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the thing is just that we have to wait until maybe next year just to hear who they want to resign. Because it seemed like they're not resigning a lot of people.
Right.
If they're letting people's contracts about to expire soon, then either they're like waiting for certain amounts to deposit so that they can make new deals, or something else. What else? Braun Breaker. It seems like he's accepting his defeat, but he seemed like he wants to take the challenge again. So I'm happy that he's like not, not out of the title picture yet. But I think he wants to build his momentum. So I like that. So
he's got a lot of potential. I mean, he's really good for not a whole lot of matches at WWE yet.
Mm-hmm, that's true. Mm-hmm. Dakota Kai is back now on NXT.
Yes.
It looks like now they added a little bit to her music. They added like a scream, and it fits really well to the to her music entrance. I don't know what kind of character she's being because she's like twitching and like talking to herself. I think maybe she's doing like psycho kind of character.
Which is pretty sure makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, of course, I didn't really enjoy the match that she had with Cora Jade. I think that's her name is. I don't know, like it didn't. I felt like she could have beat her up more or effectively. I think they had a little miscue, and I think something fell off.
Okay.
So but it was effective, because it's just like she used the table. She was about to do something, but then she stopped because she was talking to herself. So it was really weird. So we'll see where it goes. They announced the 6-woman tag match, with Io and Casey and Carrie. Is it Carrie? I always forget her name.
Casey Catanzaro.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Against Toxic Attraction. So it looks like Toxic Attraction has potential new rivals for the tag titles. So that's good at least. So, what else is there? I like Solo. He actually wrestles like his brothers. I thought he was gonna do a little bit different type of moonset, but it's almost as similar as the Usos.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
hopefully maybe he'll change it up a little bit. So we'll see. And of course the main event was like Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis versus Carmella Hayes and what's his name? Trixie, I think that's his name. His best friend. It was a really good match. I was not expecting like the Carmelo to get the pin, and he pinned Dexter. I thought that Johnny was going to win this match. I was impressed by that.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so I'm thinking like maybe they'll be in a losing streak, So maybe the family will probably be in the losing streak until they maybe get together or Candace gets them all together. When does she do again? She's doing what in
June, I want to say.
Next year?
Yeah, I thought. When did she announce she was pregnant?
She announced, I think it was August.
So I put her about May.
Hold on, let me find it on YouTube. But yeah, like so. But anyways, like I'm thinking like maybe they're all of them are gonna be in like in a funk until like Candace comes back and she'll show her belly again on camera, and then get them all back in the same page, and then they'll probably win again, unless unless if they start breaking up, because I don't know why this came in my head, because like I feel like Persia is gonna do something where she's gonna cause the breakup between her between Indy and Dexter. I don't know why I have that in my head. Because you know what? It's like that typical WWE storyline. It's just like, oh, they're happily married, but then somebody comes in and breaks up their marriage.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's typical WWE writing.
It was like that one that you shared with us about Hangman Page. Oh my god, I can't. Oh my god.
Oh.
But again, it was an okay show. It seemed like they were trying to rebuild a lot of things, so they're trying to do something new. So we'll see.
Yeah, it seems like they're getting a lot of that sort of like throwing a lot of stuff at the wall, kind of seeing what sticks.
Yeah, again, like they're like resetting a lot of things. We don't know if maybe they're getting a pay-per-view. Supposedly, like the rumor is that NXT is supposed to get a pay-per-view in December. So I mean, if they want to start building for it, they could maybe next month. I don't next week. I mean, because it's supposed to be in early December.
Okay. Yeah, it would make sense they have an NXT pay per view just because they don't have a WWE pay per view in December technically.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that should do it for us here. We'll end here. Give everybody time to get ready for AEW. So again, don't forget to check us out next Saturday. It's our anniversary show. Alex Grassi will be on. Working on an interview with indie wrestler who will also make his return, Joseph Schwartz. He'll be returning either with us live or we'll have a pre-recorded video interview. So be ready for that. It'll be a 2-hour show, so we'll have some other stuff in store. But in the meantime, don't forget to check us out on Twitter, BuckleBombENT. The website is newly designed and getting more active over the next week or two. We'll be sharing some opinions, comic reviews, entertainment reviews, wrestling stories, links to the podcast and stuff there as well. So be ready for that.
Yes, please. Go to our website, subscribe, like, comment, share with friends, please.
It's down there below.
All down there. All down there.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.